Coming up on the Fleming Factor, we've got fireworks today in the basketball world. A monster move in the NBA just before the trade deadline that sent one of the league's biggest stars to a brand new team, and what it all means from here. Plus, Super Bowl 60 is just days away, with two familiar franchises getting ready to battle it out at Levi's Stadium on the biggest stage. What should fans be watching for when kickoff finally arrives? And later, we'll look ahead to the Winter Olympics as the world's attention turns to northern Italy for one of the most anticipated sporting events that only happens every 4 years. Welcome to the Fleming Factor. I'm Ryan Fleming, and today we start in the NBA with a move that certainly turned heads just before the trade deadline. The former 2012 number 1 pick is on the move. 10-time All-Star Anthony Davis is headed to the Washington Wizards in a jam-packed deal. The move raised immediate questions, and Mavericks executive Michael Finley didn't take long to address it.
We decided, as an organization, front office and management, that we needed to do something to bring back the winning culture here in Dallas. And we thought that doing the move that we did puts us back in that conversation, gets the fans something to be excited about.
The Wizards are sending veteran players including Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Marvin Bagley III to Dallas, along with multiple first and second round draft picks. In return, Washington not only gets Davis, but also guards Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum. With Davis now joining the mix, the Wizards are clearly signaling they want to compete sooner rather than later. For Dallas, the haul of picks and players gives them more flexibility to reshape the roster and focus on a longer-term rebuild around rookie star Cooper Flagg. Washington hopes for a fresh start that can unlock the potential of its revamped roster. Davis brings high expectations wherever he goes, but unfortunately his time in Dallas was marred by injuries. Super Bowl 60 brings together two franchises with plenty of history, and this time the spotlight is firmly on the quarterbacks. For a closer look at this matchup and what to watch for on Sunday, let's bring in volleyball coach and football enthusiast Jenny Summers.
Hey Ryan, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Now Jenny, when you look at these two quarterbacks, what stands out most to you about how each one has advanced this team to this point?
So what's really stood out to me, I guess, is how different their paths have been to get there. Sam Darnold has played his best football by leaning into efficiency and experience. He's been super decisive, protected the football, and basically let Seattle's run game and defense control the tempo. On the other hand, Drake May, he's accelerated New England's rebuild like almost overnight. I mean, his poise as a young quarterback, combined with his arm talent and his ability to extend plays, just gives the Patriots offense a chance to really score a lot. One guy, he's guided the ship. The other one, he's really helped redefine it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, which matchup in this Super Bowl are you looking forward to the most?
Well, I'm really locked in on Drake May versus the Seattle secondary. Seattle's defensive backs thrive on disguising coverage and baiting quarterbacks into mistakes. And I think this will be the biggest mental test of Drake May's young career. If he can disguise coverages early and stay patient, that could swing the game. I mean, if not, Seattle could turn one mistake into a momentum-changing play very, very quickly.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Now, when we look back to Super Bowl 49, Malcolm Butler's game-winning interception for the Patriots against the Seahawks back in 2015, do you think that will come into account about how each team prepares for this game?
I mean, that moment is still a part of the DNA of both franchises. For New England, that interception by Malcolm Butler represents confidence, I think, in preparation and execution under pressure. For Seattle, it's a reminder of how thin the margin is, I mean, in the biggest stage. I think you'll see both teams coach and play a little tighter near the goal line. I think they'll put more emphasis on ball security, probably, fewer risky calls, and a strong belief probably that one snap can define the entire game.
Thanks so much for coming in, Jenny, and it's great to get your insight. The Winter Games are officially underway in Italy, with the opening ceremony marking the start of a unique Olympics centered in Milano Cortina. This year's ceremony stood out by spanning multiple locations for the first time in Olympic history. More than 3,500 athletes representing 93 countries are taking part in these games, competing across a wide range of winter sports, from alpine skiing and snowboarding in the mountains to ice hockey, speed skating, and figure skating in arena settings. The schedule features events nearly every day. With the opening celebration now complete, athletes now chase Olympic medals and unforgettable moments that will define these Winter Games. Coming up next on The Fleming Factor. When the sports world finally turns to college basketball in March, the excitement won't stop as we encounter one of the biggest tournaments in all of sports, March Madness. Selection Sunday for the 2026 NCAA tournament is set for March 15th, when all 68 teams will find out their place in the field. That'll be followed by the first 4 play-in games starting March 17th and 18th, before the full bracket tips off for more than 3 weeks of action. Currently, the men's Arizona Wildcats and women's Yukon Huskies sit as the only undefeated teams in the nation. That's just a taste of what's ahead. More storylines and more notable moments coming your way. You're watching The Fleming Factor.